Good afternoon. On behalf of the faculty of the English department, I extend a welcome to you, the family and friends of the graduating class of 2018. Each year, the graduating class selects its own processional, and I ask you to stand and greet them as they process to their chosen song. Again, welcome to the class of 2018 and family and friends. A note before we begin that we are providing photos for you. Next week, your graduates will receive notification that there will be photos on Shutterfly for free, so that you will be able to enjoy the ceremony without getting out of your seat and without standing up. There will be a video and still photos taken, and that's during the entire ceremony. Now please continue standing as you are able for an excerpt of a patriotic poem, since we are the English department. The poem is "Let America Be America Again," written in 1935 by Langston Hughes. Let America be America again. Let it be the dream it used to be. Let it be the pioneer on the plain, seeking a home where he himself is free. America never was America to me. Let America be the dream the dreamers dreamed. Let it be that great, strong land of love where never kings connive nor tyrants scheme that any man be crushed by one above. It never was America to me. Oh, let my land be a land where liberty is crowned with no false patriotic wreath, but opportunity is real and life is free. Equality is in the air we breathe. There's never been equality for me, nor freedom in this homeland of the free. Oh, let America be America again, the land that never has been yet, and yet must be, the land where every man is free, the land that's mine, the poor man's, Indians, Negroes, me, who made America, whose sweat and blood, whose faith and pain, whose hand at the foundry, whose plow in the rain, must bring back our mighty dream again. Oh yes, I say it plain, America never was America to me, and yet I swear this oath, America will be. We, the people, must redeem the land, the mines, the plants, the rivers, the mountains, and the endless plain, all the stretch of these great green states, and make America again. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Lisa Grimm, the Associate Dean of the School of Humanities and Social Sciences. I'm going to tell them to be seated.
Please be seated. Thank you. First, congratulations, graduates. Today is a wonderful day, and we, the collective TCNJ family, are very proud of you. As a professor, I understand the dedication and commitment of the TCNJ faculty to helping you fulfill your dreams. I ask that you join me now in thanking your faculty for their mentorship and support in helping you succeed on your intellectual journey. However, as a parent, I am keenly aware of the extreme dedication of your parents, siblings, grandparents, extended family, and friends who gave you the emotional and intellectual support and provided the early scaffolding that allowed you to be successful on the TCNJ campus. I ask you now to join me in thanking the large support network of people here in the audience and those who could not be with us today. So, I am thrilled to be here today to celebrate your accomplishments, and completing a college degree is a tremendous accomplishment. Thinking about your TCNJ liberal arts education, you all can speak one language other than English and have studied world cultures, which makes you more culturally aware and a better global citizen. You understand the power of numbers, for example, that statistics provide a form of argument, and you understand how to communicate them ethically. You can communicate your opinions that are based on evidence forcefully, but also respecting the differing viewpoints of others. You have all taken courses outside of your comfort zone and expanded your understanding of the experiences of others. The skills that you have developed to reason about evidence, articulate your views, and persuade others will be critical in the world that you are inheriting. As noted by E.O. Wilson, we are drowning in information while starving for wisdom. The world, henceforth, will be run by synthesizers, people able to put information together, the right information, at the right time, think critically about it, and make important choices wisely. You are well positioned to be those synthesizers to truly make a meaningful impact on our world. You are also prepared to address the fragmentation of knowledge that exists in the modern world. In ancient Greece, a scholar studied the 7 liberal arts: grammar, rhetoric, dialectics, music, arithmetic, geometry, and astronomy. Because, as articulated by Pythagoras, education must come before philosophy, or, in the words of the modern scholar Andrew Fleming West, the liberal arts elevate the mind to the contemplation of abstract truth. However, in modern times, scholars are housed in silos representing our somewhat arbitrary academic departments. I agree with the scholar Michael Burke, who argues that we need to go backwards, in a sense, to a time when scholars understood the value of the cross-pollination of ideas. For example, as a cognitive scientist myself, I endorse his view that the humanities offer interesting insights into the workings of the mind, as aesthetic works are manifestations of cognitive representations and processes. I challenge you to extend past the preconceived notion of academic area. At TCNJ, we are very proud of the liberal arts training that we provide in the humanities and social sciences. and how the skills that you have learned transcend your discipline. You are going to be able to apply those skills in our modern interdisciplinary world. And many of you already have. I want to say that one of my favorite activities now that I'm serving as Associate Dean is to read course proposals for independent study. And I'm very impressed by what you've already accomplished. For example, in this room right now, one of you wrote about women in Hebrew scriptures, another focused on the shifting role of nature in the nature poetry tradition, and another wrote about pre- and post-apartheid South African literature. Whether you go on to graduate school, professional school, or begin on your career path, you will carry your TCNJ education with you. As you are now alumni, I encourage you to join the active group of Trenton State College and TCNJ alumni. Come back to campus, give talks, socialize, or just share your professional knowledge with students. So now I want to leave you with two main pieces of advice. As a cognitive scientist, I know that 20 years from now, you are likely going to remember at most 3 things from each class you took in college. And I will tell you one of those things will likely be a name of the person you sat next to. So I'm hoping now for 2. First, I encourage you to realize that time is the ultimate resource. Time never stops. You can never get time back. Don't just be satisfied with having a job. Find a career that you love, and find a way that you can be useful. Think about how you are making or can make the world a better place. Using the same advice that President Obama gave to his daughters, I don't think that it is idealistic to believe that we can all be kind and be useful. Second, I encourage you to become a lifelong learner. My daughter Ada, who's now 7, and I should say hates to do her homework, is of the opinion that adults get to stop learning, which excites her. But this could not be further from the truth. Please don't ever shy away from a challenge. Go to public lectures and embrace being part of the intellectual community. You are now a member. So I end today admitting that I'm a huge fan of historical fiction, and I'm an Anglophile. My taste is varied, but for my long commute to TCNJ, I gravitate towards British mysteries, and one of my favorite series is about the child sleuth Flavia de Luce, who is obsessed with chemistry and death. The series is written by Alan Bradley. So I leave you with a quote from The Weed That Strings the Hangman's Bag. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Inspiration from outside oneself is like the heat in an oven. It makes passable bath buns. But inspiration from within is like a volcano. It changes the face of the world. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Next, I'd like to introduce Sigma Tau Delta President Kristen Capano to honor the English Honor Society graduates here this afternoon. Kristen. Kristen joined the chapter here as soon as she arrived on campus and has served as an officer for 3 years, presenting at 3 national conferences and serving Sigma Tau Delta on its national board.
President Gittenstein, Provost Taylor, Dean Wong, distinguished faculty in English, parents and other family members, friends, and fellow lovers of literature. On behalf of Sigma Tau Delta's Alpha Epsilon Alpha chapter, I am honored to welcome you all to the College of New Jersey's 2018 English Department Commencement Ceremony. Sigma Tau Delta's Greek letters stand for sincerity, truth, and design, a motto that has consistently been upheld by Sigma Tau Deltans over the past 4 years of my involvement and over the past 23 years that TCNJ has held a chapter. Sincerity, truth, and design are important to the entire English program here at TCNJ, and our studies in English have made us sincere lovers of the written word, truthful writers of prose, and appreciative readers of the designs of literature and language. When one studies English, one studies what makes us human: the happiness, pain, love, loss, identity, power, and critical thought that define the human race. Carl Sagan observed that writing is perhaps the greatest of human inventions, binding together people, citizens of distant epochs, who never knew one another. Books break the shackles of time, proof that humans can work magic. Each of us graduating today should be extremely proud of what this degree symbolizes and what we have accomplished during our time here at TCNJ. I would like to take a few moments to thank some very important people who have dedicated much of their time and effort to making sure that our Sigma Tau Delta chapter has maintained the funds and resources necessary to succeed. To President Gittenstein, who for the past 19 years has been a prodigious advocate for the literary arts, and of course, Emily Dickinson's poetry. To Provost Taylor and Dean Wong, who have consistently supported our academic endeavors and have provided financial assistance so that students can present their work at our national conference, including over $10,000 this year alone. To our department chair, Glenn Steinberg, who has attended our conventions and always encourages our success. To Associate Chair Jean Graham, who can answer every question about degree requirements. To Graduate Coordinator Joe Carney, who has encouraged significant involvement by graduate students in our chapter. To Michelle Ordini, who does more than can ever be listed here for the entire English department. To our truly remarkable advisors, Diane Steinberg and Felicia Steele, whose dedication to this organization has been an inspiration. To the current Sigma Tau Delta Executive Board, Cynthia, Jimmy, Jackie, Kelly, and Alicia, for being my designated support system and wonderful friends. And of course, a huge thank you to the graduating seniors, MA students, and their families, who have helped to make TCNJ English Department the place it is today, a place of learning, love, laughter, and acceptance. Out of pure impulse, I can't help but compare our time as TCNJ English students to Mary Shelley's novel Frankenstein. Allow me to explain. Frankenstein's creature is cast away by his creator and forced to walk alone in an unfamiliar world. He often turns to literature for companionship and finds much beauty there. We also transitioned to an unfamiliar world when we arrived at the TCNJ English department, forced to meet the challenges of college by ourselves. We also turned to literature for answers. Unlike Frankenstein's creature, however, we did succeed in finding a place where we belong. As we leave the TCNJ English department and enter the realm of uncertainty once more, let us all try to distinguish ourselves from the creature. No matter where life takes us, we still have a home here, and that, above all else, is a worthwhile achievement. Congratulations to the class of 2018, and best of luck on this new beginning in our lives. In the wise words of Mary Shelley, the beginning is always today. Thank you. I would like to now honor the members of Sigma Tau Delta here today and recognize their academic achievements. Please stand when your name is called and remain standing until all the names are announced. Please hold your applause until the end of the reading. Rachel Lynn Atkins. Gabriella Maria Basile. Jenna Mackenzie Burke. Shannon Mary Kelly. Tara C. Kinnett. Michael Anthony Laudenbach. Michelle L. Lesniak. Caitlin Mary Mannion. Samantha Miller. Emma Grace Rarich. Julianne Richards. John K. Rusinello. Brenda C. Sanabria. Desiree Aponte. Martha Lynn Barbas. Sophia Rosina Bonfiglio. Kelsey Carol Burns. Me. Chelsea Marie Cariata. Jennifer Choi. Jacqueline E. Delaney, Alyssa Anna Marie Degas, Sarah Ficori, Lauren N. Fitzpatrick, Alyssa Gautieri, Grace Nadine Gottschilling, Nicole Marie Grafenakis, Kara Grace Haggerty, Numidia Harby, Daniel Hitchin, Nicole M. Holmes, Alicia Lucille Jones, Asmita Kular, Magdalena Kernita, Kathleen Ann Larkin, Jane Eileen Lestarchik, Darius Lewis, James Fitzgerald Lowen, Emily McDonald, Cecilia Gemma McGinnis, Caitlin Ray McVicker, Lauren Marie Musili, Kelly Knoll, Yvette Perlotta, Erin C. Rabbit, Cynthia Elise Ryasis, Jessica Ramsey, Jocelyn Reeves, Madeline Ann Remitz, Sarah Ashley Reynolds, Devin H. Richards, Isabella Larissa Sandova, Morgan Elizabeth Civi, Delaney Slater, Kaylee Ann Stengel, Candace Michelle Stukes, Angelica Lena Vanderbilt, Jordan Ruth Virgil, Patricia Lauren Wilcox, Alexa Zupko. Can we have one more round of applause for all of our Sigma Tau Delphins? Congratulations again to all of the members of Sigma Tau Delta. Emily Dickinson wrote that a word is dead when it is said, some say. I say it just begins to live that day. Let today be the day your TCNJ English degree begins its life. Thank you.
As you can see, we have a very large chapter of Sigma Tau Delta. It's also a very active chapter. We have a few other special recognitions before we award diplomas. I would like to introduce Dr. Joe Carney, who is the coordinator of the graduate program in English, to present the first set of certificates.
Thank you. This is the awards part of the ceremony. So the English department would like to recognize the following master's candidates whose completion of the program this year earned them a Pass with Distinction award. Rachel Lynn Atkins, Jenna Mackenzie Burke, this is where we get to find out everybody's middle name. Michael Anthony Laudenbach, maybe not everybody's, Michelle Lesniak. Samantha Miller. finally, Julianne Jules Richards. Thank you.
As you can see, we're a very huggy department, too. Next, I would like to introduce Dr. Emily Meixner, who is the coordinator of our English secondary education program.
Good afternoon, everybody. Praise be for the sun, right? Glad you all could make it and you're not too damp and sticky. I have the privilege of awarding the exemplary score on the content exam for secondary English education majors. This is an exam that the rest of you who are English liberal arts and other ed majors did not have to take, so be thankful for that. But anybody who wants to be an English secondary teacher has to take an exam in which they prove that they know a whole lot about British literature and American literature and world literatures and poetry and young adult literature and literary theory, and they have to do it very quickly. Every year we're impressed by our students' capacity to do this, and this year we have one student who did an exemplary job on this exam, and that's Jordan Virgil. So if she would come up here and receive an award, that would be wonderful.
And next, Dr. Piper Kendricks-Williams will explain why she is awarding a certificate.
Good afternoon. I'm awarding the honors in English to Donna Chessman, African American Literature and Hip Hop. Donna, you gonna come see me? So the honors thesis is a year-long project instead of a capstone, and Donna's was 56 pages.
It was.
Which I'm always telling her to tell people, so I'll tell you. And she was able to connect J. Cole to Most Def.
That's true.
She was able to talk about
Kendrick Lamar.
Big L to Most Def, Kendrick Lamar, Jake to Cole, and Morgan Parker to Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
And the day before she presented at COSA, Kendrick Lamar won the Pulitzer. So wow, African American literature and hip hop. So I think I have a certificate. And most important, she was awarded high honors, and she's actually a paid writer.
I am.
She published an article on Kendrick Lamar on P. Diddy's website.
Thank you. Do you have it?
Oh, good, knock the thing over.
We would also like to recognize two students who received recognition from outside of the department. And if they could please stand when I call their names. First, Carly Holden is graduating with the Alex Cogswell Honors Award from the American Sign Language Honor Society. And second, Jessica Ramsey was chosen as one of 3 nominees from TCNJ for the State of New Jersey Distinguished Clinical Intern Award. Now we have several awards which are, except for the first one, which Dr. McMahon will explain, are voted on each year by the department faculty. And they are, again, except for the first one, surprises to the students who will receive them today. So Dr. Mindy McMahon, who is the acting coordinator of the creative writing program for this year, is going to present the first two awards.
Could I ask Jackie Delaney and Kelly Knoll to join me? I know. While they're coming up here, I'll explain the first award. The first award is the Peter Wood Award, and it's given to honor a talented writer at TCNJ whose creative writing shows exceptional talent and sustained effort. You can come down here. Sorry. This year's judge, and every year we get an external judge, which is what Dr. Graham was alluding to. This year's judge was Lacey Johnson. Johnson is the author of The Reckonings, The Other Side, and Trespasses. The Other Side was a finalist for the National Book Critics Award in Autobiography, the Dayton Literary Peace Prize, and an Edgar Award in Best Crime Fiction. She currently teaches creative nonfiction at Rice University. Dr. Johnson has graciously donated her honorarium for judging the award to Inc., our undergraduate creative writing club at TCNJ. This year's recipient of the Peter Wood Award is Jackie Delaney. Jackie is a graduating senior with a double major in English and a self-design major in publishing, as well as a creative writing minor. Johnson writes of Jackie's collection, Body on Water. These brief but powerful poems interrogate the relationship between the experience of the body and the experience of the world, between self and beloved, between what is seen and what is felt. The verse soars, the observations sear, the longing for connection becomes our own. In a world where understanding increasingly feels like a scarcity, these poems teach us a lesson we all know, but often do not fully understand until it is too late. That there is no end to the distance fear creates between others and ourselves. These are bold poems by a bold writer. When I spoke to Lacey and told her that this is the second year that Jackie has won the Peter Wood Award, she said she was not surprised that such a talented young writer has been recognized multiple times. Yeah. Kelly Knoll received an honorary mention by Dr. Johnson as well. She's also graduating with a degree in English, as well as an impressive list of minors. Kelly's collection is titled Scrapbook of an American Family. And Johnson writes that Kelly's collection of poems reads almost like a lyrical essay, and that she finds the juxtapositions Kelly creates incredibly compelling. Congratulations to both Jackie and Kelly. Going to keep Kelly up here because she's actually the recipient of our next award. Oh. This next award is the Ward Award, the Ward Award. And it is given in honor of Emeritus Professor Herman M. Ward to recognize the contribution of a graduating senior or other student in fostering the opportunity for creative writing to flourish. This year's recipient is Kelly Knoll. When I first met Kelly as her academic advisor, I thought to myself, this girl is ambitious and she has her act together. In 4 years, she has completed the major in English, an interdisciplinary concentration in classical and early modern British studies, and minors in creative writing, history, and marketing, as well as studying abroad for a semester in England. Over the last year, she's brought that drive and organization to her position as president of Inc., TCNJ's undergraduate creative writing club. This year, she was instrumental in bringing Denez Smith, spoken word artist, and finalist for the 2017 National Book Award to campus this fall, an event that was standing room only. In addition, she helped to reinvigorate The Goods, an opportunity for students of all stripes and genres to exhibit their work this past spring. Thank you, Kelly, for all of your hard work and dedication to the creative writing programming here at TCNJ. too many hats.
Next, I'll call Dr. Meixner back up to present the Robert Melman Award.
Jordan, I'm going to need you back up here again. It's my pleasure this afternoon to announce the recipient of the Melman Award, which is given in honor of Emeritus Professor Robert Melman to the graduating English education senior who has demonstrated excellence in student teaching. And this year's recipient is Jordan Virgil. I'm going to say a little bit about you. In the 15 years I've been teaching at TCNJ, and I started when I was 23. No, I didn't. I have been consistently impressed with the secondary English education students and all of the teachers that this department graduates. I've had a lot of them in other classes, and they're spectacular people. This year has been no exception. Teachers, you are smart, driven, and you're a passionate posse. You're also occasionally frightening in your intensity. But your future students and your school districts are going to be so lucky to have you. They need you, and they need your fire. What distinguishes Jordan, this year's recipient of the Melman Award, is her capacity to see what's possible in students who struggle, in classrooms that are under-resourced, in curriculum that doesn't feed either the academic best interest or the souls of her students. She is a bottomless well of love, but she's also steadfast in her belief that her teaching should meet her students where they are, and it should raise them up. Those of you who know Jordan know this about her. Jordan also has the distinction of being the very first secondary English education student teacher to be honored during her student teaching as a school's staff member of the month. Yeah. The selection committee at Wilbur Watts Intermediate School in Burlington, New Jersey, received so many nominations over the course of Jordan's placement from her sixth graders, describing the positive impact Jordan was having on their lives and their learning, that the teachers capitulated and they became convinced that she was in fact deserving, even though she was just a student teacher. Remarkable. I have loved having Jordan in my classes. I know my colleagues feel similarly. She brings a passion and an energy to everything that she does. Jordan's field supervisors have described her craft as refined and her presence as warm and purposeful. And in addition to all of this, I hear she can sing. Congratulations, Jordan. You are welcome. So, here's your award. I have a special gift.
The next award will be given by the person after whom it is named. J. Francis, known as Frank Arith, is not only an emeritus professor of English, having taught Shakespeare and British literature and drama here for many years, but also the founder of Shakespeare 70, now having performed Shakespeare for more than 40 decades in Mercer County. And perhaps he'll even tell us what play it is this summer. So, Frank.
That was very nice, Jean. Thank you. I love commencements. The tradition, the ceremony, the general excitement that pervades the day, the anticipation. I commenced into retirement 15 years ago, and to mark that occasion, my colleagues here on the platform with me established the award which bears my name. and they kindly invite me to come back each year to make the presentation. The recipient is to be a member of the graduating class who has made significant contributions to the cultural life of the campus, especially in theater. This year's winner has pretty much done it all as far as theater is concerned: acting, directing, producing, organizing, supervising. She's, as I said, done it all. I came to know her last year when she joined Shakespeare 70, my theater company, and served us nobly both on stage and off. The stunning leap of Mistress Kate Keepdown into the arms of Lucio in the final moment of Measure for Measure brought the house down every night. So, Jenna Burke, come and get the JFE.
And last but certainly not least, I'm going to bring Dr. Williams back up to award the highest honor of the English department, named after a former chair of the English department.
As Dr. Graham said, it's my honor to give the award for the member of the graduating class of 2018 for highest achievement for undergraduate education to someone else who's coming back up, who I had to tell, you must come to the graduation. Why, Dr. Williams? You must come to the graduation. Well, this is why, Donna. Come on up and see me.
That's a very good surprise.
See? Here, let's do a picture.
There.
There? There. Oh, see? Where are your parents?
Right there. Oh. They won't ever let me live it down if they don't get a picture.
Okay.
And now it's time to recognize the entire faculty. So if all my colleagues would please stand. This is the faculty, or part of the faculty, of the English department. Thank you. And they will now be awarding the students their diploma covers, beginning with the master's candidates, whose diploma covers will be awarded by Dr. Joe Carney. John Killeen Russinello. Logan Ball. Before Cecilia Colbeth walks across the stage, I am charged by everyone on the stage with telling you that she has been our beloved program assistant in the past and is still our beloved friend. Now you may walk across the stage. Michael Laudenbach. Rachel Lynn Atkins. Emma Grace Rarick. Caitlin Mannion. Michelle Lesniak. Shannon Kelly. Jules Richards. Jenna Burke. Samantha Miller. Gabriella Bessel. Tara Kennett. Right, now, the undergraduates have no idea who's going to pop up and give them their diploma covers. So, and sometimes we don't know who's going to pop up because the speakers aren't directed this way. James Lowen. Devin Richards. Grace Gotchling. Alyssa Dugas. Sophia Bonfilio. Kelsey Burns. Harmony Kingsley. Alexa Anderson. Numidia Harby. Stefan Barashkin. Karima Vernon. Lisa Infocino. Morgan Civey. Sarah Ferdinands. Maura Fox. Alexa Kinney. Delaney Slater. Nicole Grafinakis. Jess Soden. Liam James Keeley. Darius Lewis. Candace Stooks. Donna Chessman. Carly Holden. Jessica Amelia Cruz. Alexa Zupko. And sometimes we fight over the students. Jessica Radigan. Kayla Rivas. Diana McKenna. Amber Conroy. Jenna Brophy. Christina Berrios. Molly Marr. Magdalena Kernita. Yvette Peralta. Desiree Aponte. Jake Cohen. Brittany Ackerman. Emma Califano. Kelsey Tully. Christopher Wigglesworth. Martha Lynn Barabbas. Patricia Lauren Wilcox. Julia Meisterich. Isabella Sandoval. Sarah Calabrese. Kara Haggerty. Lyra Biancamano. Chloe Yell. Kaylee Stengel. Lauren Duffy. Audrey Darren. Teresa Orth. Melissa Benitez. Brittany Vicheski. Lauren Musilli. Daniel Hitchen. Uzmitha Kular. Angelica Vanderbilt. Sarah Reynolds. Priya Jesh Bhavsar. Emily McDonald. Noelle Tripodi. Jordan Virgil. Jessica Ramsey. Grace Marie Valentine. Madeline Ann Remitz. Richard Choi. Caitlin McVicker. Emily Schwartz. Kelly Knoll. Kristen Capano. Alicia Jones. Aaron Rabbit. Chelsea Kiriuta. Jackie Delaney. Cynthia Raisis. Glendy Iverhart. Lauren Fitzpatrick. Mariah Murphy. Alejandra Patricia Naranjo. And now, the chair of the department, Dr. Glenn Steinberg, will give a charge to the graduates.
So a couple of small items first. First, if you haven't moved your tassel from the right to the left, move your tassel from the right to the left, graduates. I also should tell you all that there's a great deal of arm wrestling and horse trading that goes on behind the scenes to determine who gets to give you your diploma cover. And we keep saying diploma cover because the diplomas arrive later in the mail. But a great deal of arm wrestling and horse trading goes on to determine who gets to give which diploma cover to which student. And in fact, I will never forget the year that Professor Tartar stole one of my students, but that's okay. We live to learn to forgive and forget. Now, my role as chair of the department traditionally in our commencement ceremony is to give the graduates a charge. We leave it to the end because they're not graduates until then, but I always feel like following the handing out of the diploma covers, everyone's ready to leave. No one wants to listen to what I have to say. So I'll try to make it interesting. So I have two charges, one short, one a little bit longer, but not real long. The short one, graduates, is when you get home, open your diploma cover and read what's inside the diploma cover. It's all about how we want you to stay in touch with us. So please read that and do stay in touch with us. Now for the somewhat longer charge. I kept joking with my colleagues that it was 52 pages long, but it's not really. It takes a little while to get to the actual charge, though, so you have to listen carefully for the charge itself. As graduates from an English department, you are probably aware of the joys and benefits of reading. What's exciting for me is that more and more Facebook and the internet are abuzz about those joys and benefits too. Maybe your friends and family have shared articles about current research on the advantages of reading with you. If you've ever gone to the English department Facebook page, and if you haven't, I recommend that you do and like us to keep in touch. But if you've ever gone to the page, you've seen the many articles that we've posted there on how and why reading is beneficial. The big news of the day seems to be that reading is really good for you. Just to give you a few examples, according to Bustle, reading reduces stress better than listening to music. According to The Guardian, an emerging body of research highlights the power of stories to help children handle their own and other people's feelings. According to the New York Times, when reading literary fiction as opposed to popular fiction or serious nonfiction, people perform better on tests measuring empathy, social perception, and emotional intelligence. Paul J. Zak, an important researcher in the emerging field of neuroeconomics, says that stories, whether fiction or nonfiction, can motivate us, like the characters in them, to look inside ourselves and make changes to become better people. Neil Gaiman tells a story of meeting a Chinese official who told Gaiman that the Chinese were brilliant at making things if other people brought them the plans. But they did not innovate, and they did not invent. They did not imagine. So they sent a delegation to the US, to Apple, to Microsoft, to Google, and they asked people there who were inventing the future about themselves. And they found that all of them had read science fiction when they were boys or girls. Reading fiction is what separates innovators and leaders from copycats and followers. All this is music to our ears. We love stories. We love reading them and writing them. We believe that they're important, and we're happy that the world finally seems to agree with us. The claim that reading increases empathy seems particularly appealing. Research has long suggested that reading of all kinds improves sensitivity, but social psychologists at the New School for Social Research published a study in 2013 that established a direct link, a causal link, between reading literary fiction and increased empathy. The study was particularly groundbreaking because it focused on literary fiction specifically and showed an immediate and measurable effect. Just 5 minutes of reading literary fiction led to better success at decoding others' emotions and predicting others' expectations. As a result, articles have been appearing ever since all over the internet recommending the reading of literary fiction as a self-help technique to improve sensitivity and emotional intelligence. Maybe reading could even cure the polarization in our politics these days. Students of literature rightfully bask in the warm glow of this affirmation of reading. Like most of the humanities, English has been taking it on the chin a lot lately. People think that a degree in English isn't worth much anymore. How many of you have been told that the only job you'll be able to get with your English degree is flipping burgers at a fast food restaurant? Right? You've been told that probably, haven't you? It's become really popular to bash the humanities. Whether you're Marco Rubio arguing that we need more plumbers than philosophers, or you're Barack Obama casting aspersions on how much a person can earn with an art history degree. So when news comes out that reading has a beneficial effect on empathy and social intelligence, we're quick to embrace that news and use it to justify our love of reading and writing. But should we? While I have nothing against empathy, and I genuinely hope that your studies at TCNJ have made you a better, more sensitive human being, I'm a little nervous about justifying reading and writing solely on the grounds that it makes us more considerate people. Graduates from TCNJ's School of Business may take courses in business ethics, but I'm pretty sure that being more considerate isn't a high priority for them, or for most employers in the business world. Is linking reading and writing to empathy just another way to say that the humanities aren't really very practical or useful? Reading may make us better people, but does it make us more competitive and more productive? In fact, I would argue that it does. Reading and writing haven't only taught us to be more empathetic, they've also taught us to be more critical. That's kind of a paradox, I know, but it's true. Reading and writing make us more empathetic and more critical. As you've worked on your degree in English, you've been honing your skills in terms of empathy, learning to identify with characters and with other people and to see the world through their eyes. But you've also been honing your skills in terms of critical thinking and analysis. There's a reason that it's called literary criticism and not literary empathy. We, your professors, may have assigned you books and stories that required you to understand and empathize with the text's characters, but we also challenged you to read those books and approach those stories with a critical, analytical eye. We taught you to question actively, thoughtfully, relentlessly. How many times have I and my colleagues had students say to us, after your class, I can no longer just sit and enjoy a movie or a novel anymore. I watch a movie and can't help but notice the ways in which the film is told solely from a male perspective, with male characters portrayed as romantic, even when they're engaging in threatening, stalking behaviors. Or I read a novel and I can't stop thinking about how social class and race color the values and assumptions of the characters and the author. We've taught you to deconstruct the illusion of meaning's stability, to recognize gender as socially conditioned performance, to consider how largely invisible relations of power shape cultural systems, to note the complexity of language variation without judging those who speak a different dialect from you, to put on your dirty Freudian thinking caps and analyze the psychosexual content of symbolism. And I hope we've taught you to question everything. That questioning of everything will contribute mightily to making you a success in the world. Innovators and entrepreneurs aren't known primarily for their empathy, they're known for questioning the status quo and thinking outside the box. Leaders don't only have to have compassion and emotional intelligence, they also need to analyze and think critically. A successful career in the world is not made solely by hiding away in a quiet nook and reading a favorite book about beloved characters. It's made by not taking things at face value all the time, not taking things for granted. It's made, in fact, by deconstructing the illusion of meaning stability, by recognizing gender as socially conditioned performance, by considering the largely invisible relations of power, etc., etc. So your skills go far beyond just empathy. Reading and writing are about far more than empathy. So finally, here's my charge to the English department class of 2018. Be sensitive, considerate people. Show compassion to others. Continue to read and develop your ability to empathize with others. But also, be critical. Even when you empathize with someone, don't stop thinking and using your analytical skills to examine that person's assumptions, question their motives, expose their biases, deconstruct their language. When you read, enter into the world of the text fully, give it an empathetic reading, but then pull back and look at it critically too. Perhaps most importantly, teach others about why reading is so important. Tell them about how reading can make us better people, but also tell them that reading is practical and hard-nosed too. The word is out on the internet about some of the benefits of reading, but there's a whole world of people out there who don't yet know just how much reading can do. I charge you today to go out and tell them. Thank you.
Now, before we all leave, we have a few more people to thank. First of all, would Ms. Michelle Ordini stand up? Michelle is the member of our department who each year is most instrumental in putting together our ceremony, including the programs that you see. And she is also the one member of the department that we couldn't live without. Also, she was assisted this year by Latoya Pegram, and I don't know where Latoya went. There she is. So please thank Latoya. And our photographers. And finally, I would ask our graduates to thank all of their family and friends who have supported them while they were getting their degrees. So again, congratulations to the class of 2018. Thank you all for coming. Please enjoy your weekend. You may take as many photos as you like, but I've been asked to say that you are not supposed to come up on the stage, but you may take photos in front of the stage. Thank you all.